Why, hello there. It's me again. So, sadly, the truth about Neverwinter isn't pretty. Roll it. Welcome back and nice to see you all again. But before we begin, I'd just like to give a shout out to all these wonderful channel members who support my channel. I also added 2 more cheaper membership levels under $3 each per month with a 50% discount for your first month of membership on top of that. So please consider becoming a member. It helps me out more than you know. There's also a Discord link and a merch link in the description below if you care to join or buy some of the cool goodies that I created for you. And of course, make sure to like my videos and subscribe if you haven't already. Do it, you window lickers, before I pull up my 1-inch pole and smack you across the face with it.
What did he say?
So now that all of that is out of the way, let's talk about Neverwinter. Not like we ever do that, am I right? And like I said in the intro, the truth about Neverwinter is not pretty. Not pretty at all. I know that for those of us who have fallen in love with the game over the years, that is a tough pill to swallow. And trust me, there are worse things in this world that you could be swallowing.
What did he say?
Some of us still believe and want the game somehow to find a way to turn it all around, even by mere hope.
Hope is never mere, Elrond.
But is hope enough? Many of you watching this video might be thinking, wow, this dude is so negative and he's just hating on the game. But I'm actually not. I'm simply pointing out truths about the game, even if some people, due to how much they love the game, might be hurt by it. And I sympathize because I am one of those people. I most likely love this game even more than most people watching this video do, since I make content for it and have fought for a better Neverwinter tomorrow for a long ass time, and in many other ways that most of you are not even aware of. I mean, I could have made this a build video, or the ultimate way to make Astral Diamonds, or the best items in Neverwinter video, but this isn't a clickbaiting video. This is about Neverwinter's future and everything wrong with it. Neverwinter is a struggling game. A game constantly trying to figure out its own identity and sense of direction. Neverwinter is trying to stay alive by providing new content, but also by trying to suck as many dimes out of your pocket as possible. It's like any other company who provides you with a product to consume. They want you to buy the product and consume it, while at the same time gaining new customers to consume the product or service they are providing you. And most companies I know or have known have at some point tried to fool their customers or rip their customers off in some way. Either way, the bottom line is any company or business in the world knows it's in trouble when the numbers go down, especially when they keep going down. If customers are not buying what you are selling, then that means they are unhappy with your product, which usually signals that changes or drastic changes are coming. And Neverwinter has tried to implement drastic changes by hiring new executive producers to bring new ideas and possibly turn the tide in their favor. Neverwinter is competing with multitudes of other games out there. Neverwinter has carved out its tiny little place in the gaming multiverse and is trying to keep it and possibly carve out a bigger space. But that is not easy to do. Neverwinter is almost a 10-year-old game at this point, and it needs to keep up with the ever-evolving gaming multiverse and all these new games coming out who are chipping away at its already dwindling player base. The gaming world is unforgiving. Either you keep up or you get left behind. And one way Neverwinter can keep up is by upgrading itself. And upgrading does not mean a new module or a new dungeon or a shit ton of fetch quest. We've been there, done that, and we all know that it isn't working. Upgrading means upgrading everything from the ground up. An upgraded engine, upgraded and better servers, upgraded graphics, upgraded coding, upgraded marketing and advertising, upgraded ideas, and much more I can't think of right at this very second. That is what Neverwinter needs, even if that means creating a new Neverwinter altogether. A Neverwinter 2 or some shit like that. We know the likelihood and probability of a Neverwinter 2 being a thing is very, very low. I'm not clinging to that idea, or even coming close to believing it can actually happen, but that is what the game needs. Neverwinter as it is now is never going to grow the way you think it will. It simply won't happen. The trend is always the same, and you can go check for yourself if you don't actually believe me. The game gets sudden spikes of players trying the game when a new campaign is released, and as time goes by, that player base goes back down even lower than it was before the new campaign was released. And most of the players returning are not even new. They were just waiting on the sidelines or new returning players that used to play Neverwinter, with some new players sprinkled in the mix. Now you might be asking yourself, how the fuck did we get to this point? How is this even happening to Neverwinter? Well, I can tell you some of the reasons why, not all of them. They fucked up when they destroyed the Foundry, when they closed down the gateway, when they circumcised Galactic, when they removed half their dungeons, when they banned over 50% of their player base, when they never listened to the player base, when they changed the combat system, when they kept shadow banning players posting in the forums, when they didn't care about PvP, when they let the strongholds die, when they never knew how to market themselves, when they disregarded their content creators for years on end who advertised their game for free, and when they had cryptic streams and almost never rated a Neverwinter Twitch streamer after the streams were over, and so much more I am forgetting to mention at this very moment. And don't get it fucked up. If it wasn't for content creators like myself who take time out of their day because of their love of the game to create videos for Neverwinter, this game would already be dead. Do not underestimate content creators and how much Neverwinter has gained because of our videos. Neverwinter doesn't really advertise themselves. We do it for them. Me, Minimi, Northside, Enyo, Rainer, Nova, Gus, Aragon, Neverwinter for Noobs, Garland, Aster, Provigilance, Veron, and other smaller creators or people I forgot to mention that keep this game afloat. Most of the new players coming into Neverwinter most likely stumbled onto one of our videos. This game has way too many content creators considering the game's size and population, so they should be grateful we are even around, period. So anyways, all that being said doesn't mean Neverwinter is closing down tomorrow. I think Neverwinter still has a lot more to give, but something needs to change. Something drastic. Crossplay could be a huge lifeline. If they can make crossplay a thing, then the zones would look a lot busier and not like this nonsense you see on your screen right now, with the overwhelming population being a shit ton of roaming NPCs. Crossplay would also see an influx of returning players who'd be very interested in crossplay and pitting themselves against different players from different platforms. Suddenly, parties would be easier to find. Pug groups would fill up faster, queues would pop instantly, and hell, even PvP would be way busier. And we all would be able to socialize more and more and make more friends. So maybe that's the answer for now. Breathe life into Neverwinter through crossplay and slowly start creating better content for the game we all love. I mean, it pisses me off that I log in and see hardly anybody. It pisses me off that I don't enjoy playing Neverwinter like I used to before all of this bullshit. It pisses me off that 75% of my friends have given up on Neverwinter. It pisses me off that as a content creator, I struggle to find content to create for the game I love. I mean, doesn't it piss you off? Sure, some of us find joy and happiness in the little things in Neverwinter, like hanging out with our friends or helping new players out or chilling in Discord with some buddies while you run Cock, Tom, or random queues. But is that truly enough? Maybe for some of you it actually is. But regardless of all that and what you find joy in, you can't deny the state of Neverwinter and its downhill trend. If the game continues bleeding out players instead of gaining, then the inevitable outcome is you won't have this game to enjoy anymore at some point. And Neverwinter for me isn't just a game. For many of you, it's actually more than that. For some, it's a way to fight loneliness. Some people have nobody and made friends in this game to keep them company. People make friends in this game and long-lasting friendships and relationships. Some people are in pain or sick or have some sort of disability and have found their place in Neverwinter to ease their pain or forget their sorrows. We have everything in this game. Veterans of war or people who have served in the military in some way. We have people with special needs, we have doctors, patients, young people, older people, and a whole slew of people who come from all walks of life. There is something about Neverwinter that goes beyond gaming. I've played many games and I always get pulled back in somehow, and I figured out why. It's the people. Neverwinter might be a small-ass game, but we have huge personalities in here. Like, am I crazy? Am I the only one who feels the same way? So you see, my friends, I'm not hating on Neverwinter by calling out the things wrong with it out of spite. I'm calling them out because I don't want Neverwinter to become a memory or to just fade away. I'm not ready for that yet. And I'm sure if you're watching this video, you're probably not ready for that either. I mean, I don't have all the answers, and I'm probably not even the right person to give you all the solutions. But what I do know is the game needs to change. It needs to be upgraded and do better. Neverwinter will never be a huge game. It will never be WoW, Final Fantasy, or Black Desert Online. Neverwinter will always have a small community with the potential to get slightly bigger. The least we can do is make sure the game is fun for those of us who continue playing it and for those who just discovered it. There's much more to be done, so let's see what happens. But so far, sadly, it's not looking good. And Cryptic, just know, for us, Neverwinter is not just a game, so please get your shit together. Galactic here. Peace out. Stay safe.
'Cause you're so fucking cool.